Alan! 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 Al! Alan! Alan! Alan!
Welcome to day 16 of the July Calendar Club 496 challenge. Today I'm going to be doing 16 miles all in one go along a nice route round by the River Severn and along the canals. Just about to start the watch and then off we go. Very windy today, so apologies if you get a lot of wind noise on the video. If it's really bad, I'll put a soundtrack to it to disguise the noise. It's been 24 hours since I've last ran, so hopefully the legs are going to feel a lot fresher a bit later on in the run, but I've still got the usual stiffness in all the usual places at the start of this run. Okay, so I've waited a bit longer to do the 1 mile update. It's about 1.6 just to get out the wind. Yeah, so left calf was a bit more painful this morning. Feels okay now, but that first mile it was twinging constantly. Everything else seems to be in fine working order. I've just got the obvious stiffness in the legs, which you would expect having done 15 yesterday and the accumulation of those 15 days thus far, so not to be unexpected. And it is quite warm today as well. Obviously there's a very strong wind, but it is quite warm, so plenty of fluids today. Tailwind and water, plus I got some Milky Way little chocolate bars and some fruit jellies. So that's 4 miles done, and that's a quarter of today's mileage in the bag. I don't want to get too confident, but that first 4 miles, I can certainly feel the benefit of that 24-hour rest, that's for sure. It has just started to rain though, so things can easily change. A bit nasty now. You honestly wouldn't believe I put factor 50 on today, and that's genuine. Okay, so that's 8 miles done. It's halfway through today's mileage, and apart from the rain, feeling really good. 12 miles complete, 3/4 of the way through the route, 3/4 of the way through today's mileage. Same as yesterday, everything's starting to get a little bit achy and a little bit stiff. Just general fatigue, I guess, going in the longer distance. But in terms of niggles, apart from the calf in the background, everything seems to be in check today. So fingers crossed I can get these last 4 done, and then I can have a nice deserved rest for the rest of the day. Oh, that was tough. Yeah, the last couple of miles there were really difficult. It's the knees and the hips, they just lock up, they just seize up. And that is just down to not doing 16 miles, not doing any long distance for a very long time. I said yesterday, the furthest I've ran recently was 36 miles, but that was in May, on the 14th of May. So I've not gone past 10 since. I've had a few niggles and a few injuries, so yesterday's 15 and today's 16 is the longest I've ran for a very long time in one go. So the joints are struggling. So what have I learned today? Well, of course, the 24 hours rest was amazing. I felt really fresh, really strong this morning, and for the first 10 miles I held a really good pace, but then from around about 12 miles, oh, it was tough. So next week, back to doubles, running some mileage before work, some miles after work. Do that for the next 5 days. This week finished on 91 miles for the week. That's the biggest, highest mileage week I've ever done. My legs certainly do feel that. And in terms of the challenge, that's 136 miles covered so far. So that's still what? Oh, I can't do the maths now, but it's a lot. That's 364 miles, I think it is, for the 500. I've done the maths, so. But yeah, so it's the 16th of July. That means I'm over halfway through the challenge in terms of days. But only really done about, well, that's not even a third of the mileage, really. So still some 2 tough weeks to go. Anyway, back on it tomorrow, around about 6 o'clock, I think. And one for the blooper reel, I've obviously misjudged my mileage. So I've got a half a mile walk back home, and I'm not running it either.